goods on things that you need to know as it pertains to your work and your career to help you to have the I'm sorry, I'm adjusting my Instagram screen. But anyway, so that you can have the fulfillment, the happiness, the enjoyment, the blah, 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 all the different things that you want from your career. And so today I'm going to be talking to you and giving you 6, I tripped myself out with 6. I'm going to be giving you 6 different questions that you should be asking at the end of your interviews. So when people go to interviews, one of the common complaints is that they don't have questions. They don't ask questions. And so I want to make sure that that never ever happens again for you. Hello, Cuteness96. Welcome to this broadcast. And so I'm going to be talking about 6 different questions that you can put in your arsenal so that you are prepared and you know some questions to ask, but not just any old questions, but questions to ask to help you to determine whether or not the job that you are interviewing for is one that's a good fit for you. Because it's one thing to just go and try to sell yourself, and I talk about this all the time. One thing, hello, LaSonia Jackson, thank you for joining. It's one thing to go and try to convince somebody to hire you and let that be the sole focus of going on an interview, but I think it goes much deeper than that. And this is your opportunity to find out whether or not the place that you are interviewing with, the company that you are interviewing with, is actually a good fit for you. So anyway, and that's exactly what I'm about to do, Cuteness96. So anyway, before I jump too far into that and go over the 6 particular questions that I have asked myself in interviews and have gotten really good information from them, and they have been well received. So I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to talk about those and then give you a little bit of insight into what that helps you to gain. So I am Vashana Weatherspoon. I'm a career strategist and excellence accelerator, helping women who feel frustrated in their careers to emerge from that state of stuckness and surge to their next level of success. I am also the host of the Know Your Worth Career podcast. It's centered around issues that women encounter in the workplace on a daily basis. The central theme is around knowing your worth and your value that you offer to your company and your organization and to the workplace in general. And we bring on special guests to talk about different solutions to solve some of the problems that we often, I say problems, but some of the situations that we often find ourselves in the workplace as a female, because women really have a different experience in the workplace. Even if you have the same job as some male counterpart that's sitting right next to you, you are more than likely being paid less than that man. You are being thought of for promotional opportunities or high profile projects much less than he is. So, you know, and that's just a couple of things. There's a whole lot of different things that we as women experience in the workplace, and it's different than our male counterparts, even when we have the same jobs, when we have the same skill set, the same experience, the same education. There's still huge differences. So anyway, that's why I'm here, and that's my whole purpose and mission. And so tonight I am coming on, thank you, Cuteness96. I'm coming on because I want to talk to you. I want to give you 6 questions. Get your paper and your pen and write them down. 6 questions that you should be asking at the end of the interview. When they say, do you have any questions? The answer is not no. The answer is yes, I certainly do have some questions, 6 of them as a matter of fact. So, and then you ask your question. So let's get right into it. Oh, remember to like and share this broadcast. If you know someone who can benefit from this information, it's going to be good. So go ahead and press the share button or tag them into this broadcast so that they can hear the information for themselves. So anyway, question number one, and this is not in any particular order, but question number one on my list to ask an employer at the end of the interview or as you're wrapping up the interview is about their biggest challenges, the company's biggest challenge. Because when you're asking this question, it is giving you information about what kind of problems they're experiencing, what they foresee is actually, it's going to be things that you're going to be helping to work with, but what they see as their biggest challenges, their biggest obstacles to overcome, and it gives you a bit of it actually gives you a bit of information about where the company is in the whole stream of things in terms of your industry. The next question that you want to ask is the biggest challenge for the actual position that you are interviewing for. So what is the biggest challenge that the person who gets this position will be faced with? What are you going to have to solve? We get paid for the value that we bring to organizations. We get paid for the solutions that we offer to our employers. And so it's important to understand what those challenges are so that you know if you're up for the challenge that has been presented to you or if it's something that you're not that interested in. Finding out their biggest challenge will help you to figure out what that is, what they're facing, what keeps them up at night, so to speak, and help you to figure out if it actually helps you to figure out, start to brainstorm if it's something that's interesting to you, what possible solutions could be. You could talk about those in the interview before you leave, and that'll give you a hand up, a little bit of a hand up, as you will, when it comes to them making a selection. The next question is, how is the person, or can the person who's filling the position, what will be their role in helping the company or contributing to a solution to the company's biggest challenge? So you have the company's challenge as a whole, your biggest challenge in your individual role within that company if you're the person who's selected for the job, and then how the person in that role is going to help to solve or resolve this big problem that the company has. So that's what you want to find out, and that'll give you even more information about what the expectation is and how you can stand out, how you can be a star employee if you decide that this is a job that you want within that organization. So it will be little question about how you can determine what it takes, what you need to do to get that, to ask for that promotion, or what you need to do to get an opportunity for pay raise if that's what you desire, because they told you up front what the challenges are at at your level, at the company's level, and then how the person in that position can help to solve that problem. And that's golden information with those 3 questions, and it eliminates some of those other little questions that you often think of, because you're getting to the big things. You want to know the stuff that really, really matters. The 4th question that you want to be asking is, what skills and experiences would the person, the ideal candidate for this position, have, and how will they contribute to success in that position? Now that's going to give you a whole lot of information, because you're going to find out what they're looking for in terms of experience. You're going to find out what skill set they're looking for ideally, and you're going to find out what they think that experience and that skill set can help to accomplish for that particular position. Got it? So that's something that you want to find out, because that's going to help you to figure out, A, if you get the position, what your shortcomings are. If you don't get the position, it's going to help you to know why you didn't get the position, because you didn't measure up to those things that they talked about. So, and they didn't feel like you had the skills and the experience to be able to resolve that problem that they were experiencing or that they're experiencing. So that gives you a lot of information right off the top, just asking these kinds of questions. Another question that I have asked, and it is, so, you know, how would your best employee, what would your best employee have to say about working here in this company, within this organization? And I know I'm focusing on all the positive stuff, but it's enough to get you the stuff that you really need, because it's easy to find somebody griping and complaining. I mean, that's a dime a dozen. We want to know if, you know, if this place is really some place that you should be considering, because, and you'll get, if it's some bad stuff, you're going to get that out of these questions too, even though we're focusing on positive. So find out what their best employee would say about them. When I asked this question in an interview, it actually ended up with me having an opportunity. Oh, would you like to talk to some of them? Of course I would. So it ended up getting me the opportunity to meet the people on the team that I was going to be working on if I was selected for the position. And that was invaluable, to be able to talk to the people who worked for the person that I was interviewing with, to find out, you know, their thoughts and how they felt, and if if the response that the person gave in the interview was matching up with what the people on the team actually said. So you want to use that question so that you can find out, you know, what the best people there have to say about it, and it helps you to find out what their good points are. You find out if it's if they're doing work that is commensurate with your values, because our values drive and lead us to make certain kinds of decisions. They help us when we're working in something that working in a company or an organization, and we are in line with their mission, and we really believe in the work that we're doing. That helps to bring that fulfillment element that people complain about so often. So you want to ask that question so that you can get to that kind of information, to help you to get the real information you need to be able to make decisions. And then the sixth and the final question that I have, and of course there's many, many more questions that you can ask along these lines to help you to get real information to be able to determine if an employer is the right employer for you. The last question is to the person that's interviewing you. What do you like? Well, first of all, ask them, when did they join? And what, so that gives you, because if they started last week, then they probably really don't know a whole lot. And whatever they're saying doesn't mean a lot. But find out how long they've been there, and then ask them, and what do you like most about working here, working for this company? That's going to give you some insight about that person who is in the position. More than likely it's the person that you're going to be working for at some point, depending on how many interviews you have and all those different things. But it'll give you insight into that person and how they operate, how they think and feel about the job, their team, their department, their, you know, depending on who you're interviewing with. It gives you some insight into them and how they're thinking about things. They might be ready to walk out the door tomorrow. So if you listen to their answer to the question, it'll give you some really good information to help you to be able to put pieces of the puzzle together. And I want to give you a bonus. Okay, I'm giving away bonuses. I said 6, but let's just throw in an extra one. You also want to find out something about their weaknesses. So in addition to finding out about the good things about the company and the organization, you can also throw in a question that asks about weaknesses. And that could be weaknesses of the organization in general, or it could be, let me see if I can think of a quick question, because this just popped into my head. But it's always good to know the strengths and the weaknesses. You could find out, I think I would go with the organization. You could find, you already asked about their challenges. So I would ask about the strengths and the weaknesses, as a matter of fact, of the company, because, you know, every company is good at XYZ. They have this thing and they knock it out the box. And then they have their weaknesses, you know, certain things that they just don't do as well. That's why you can have two companies that do the exact same thing, and one is loaded down with customers and one is not. And it's because there's this something that this company over here has that they're really, really good at. And it doesn't mean that they're not weak in certain areas. It's just that the things that they're really good at are the things that people really care about. And so that will outweigh the bad or the weaknesses that that company has. And so that's something that you can ask, which will give you, again, some more information that you can use to help you to figure out how you can become a stronger asset for that company if you can somehow have some skill sets, some experiences, and some strengths that could help to fill in some of those gaps, or to begin to fill in some of those gaps that they have. So that's a very good bonus question that you can ask during your interview, toward the end, of course, so that you can get some information for yourself about the employer to be able to make an informed decision about whether or not this is an organization that is a good fit for you and that's going to long-term bring you to feel fulfillment and happiness and all of those great things that you want. And these are questions in addition to what are the next steps, because just about everybody knows, you know, to find out when are they going to be making a decision, and, you know, is there another interview, blah, blah, blah. That's the standard stuff. But we want to get into the meat of the information that you really need to know. And so these are the questions to help you to get there. I hope you jotted those down. If not, go back and rewind this video and listen to it all over again. That's what I have for you tonight about these 6, which turns 6 plus a bonus question that you can ask at the end of your interviews to get the information that you need to help you to make an informed decision. Now, if you are somebody who is in the market for a job change, a career change, and you need some help, a tool to help you to get very focused on it, to be strategic about it, to start to make progress, to get your butt up off the sofa and create a plan of action that you can begin to implement on a daily basis, which means consistently, so that you can start to see your efforts and your energy produce outcomes, favorable outcomes at that, then I want to give you an opportunity to grab your very own copy of the Your Next Level Career Action Planner. And it'll help you to do all of these things. It's your coach in the box is what I like to call it. It's your career coach in the box to help you to really get started and get moving toward reaching your career goals. Plus it has some great bonuses. So you can get your copy at bit.ly/Your Next Level, capital C, capital A, capital P, which stands for Career Action Planner. So it's www.bit.ly/Your Next Level, capital C, capital A, capital P. And of course, in Facebook, I'll put the link to the planner in the video at the bottom of the video. And that's all I have for you guys. Don't forget to like and share this video, and I will be back tomorrow. Good night. Bye-bye.